All right, let's get started. Welcome. Come onto your mat in a comfortable cross-legged seat. You can sit on a blanket. You might want to have a strap or some blocks nearby. And just take a moment to feel. You might roll your shoulders, feel your body. What do you need to get settled and get here? Is a little neck roll. Start to deepen your breath and slowly come to stillness of your physical body and turn your focus to your breathing. And feel the upward flow of your breath. So taking in a very deep inhale, try breathing in and out through your nose and see if that works for you. When you shift your breathing, and this is called Ujjai Pranayama, breathing in and out through the nose with a slight sound. And the sound is created by constricting the back of your throat as you bring the breath in through your nose. And so you begin to stretch your breath. And as we stretch the physical body, we stretch out our breath, lengthening the inhalation, lengthening the exhalation. And this turns on our parasympathetic nervous system. That's the rest and digest state. So your whole body arrives in a more restful way of being. I invite you to set an intention for yourself, something you would like to cultivate today for yourself on the mat. And take the next few breaths to do that. And then gently open your eyes. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms out and up. And you can look up, stretch up, and then exhale, bring your right hand to your left knee and your left hand behind you for a seated spinal twist. Relax your shoulders, feel the plumb line of your spine. So you lengthen right up out of pelvis. Feel your whole rib cage, left and right. You want to lift the right side up evenly with the left. Grow your spine up tall. Very deep breath. As you exhale, rotating around, bring your left ribs back, your right ribs, right kidney more forward. You might look over your left shoulder if that feels good on your neck. Take another breath here. Relax your arms. Your arms help, but you're not pulling or forcing. Use your exhale. Bring the left kidney back, the right kidney more forward. And release. Come back to center. Inhale, reach up. Look up, stretch the spine, and exhale. Yeah, your left hand goes to the right knee, the right hand behind you. Inhale, grow your spine up tall. Send your skull bones upward, the crown of your head up. Use your exhale to twist. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhaling, you're twisting any amount. Sending the right ribs back, the left ribs forward. Inhale, grow the back body long. Lengthening the back of your skull, the skull bones, lift them up. Use your exhale to twist. And release. Come back to center. Bring the soles of your feet together into Konasana. And we'll move into a side bend. You might keep the feet active, pressing the balls of the feet into each other. You could also slide blocks underneath your knees to help support or sit up taller on a blanket. Take the left hand straight out from your hip, draw the left shoulder blade down, take your right arm, reach it up, and exhale into your side bend. Relax your neck. And inhale, very deep breath, feeling the full inhalation. Can you bring in any amount more breath? When you exhale, drawing the belly in and connecting to your center, to your core. On your next exhale, come into a neck release. So you're letting your head hang to the side and let your right hand hover at a spot above the floor, like go high, go lower, and find the good spot for your neck. You might even move your hand a little further back. Sometimes that works, or the palm facing forward. Where have you got some tightness in your neck? And feel free to explore rotating your chin towards the earth if that feels good. And then deepen your breath. Inhale, come on up. Help your heavy head upright. Pick your head up with your hand. And then we'll go out to the second side. Take your right hand out. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale over. Draw the shoulders down. Press the balls of the feet into each other. So you're really activating the leg energy. That's your root, your core. Draws in, lift the chest, draw the shoulders down. So it's a side bend, and can you stay long front to back? On your next exhale, move that top arm down, come into your neck release, relax your bottom jaw away from the top jaw. And you might slowly find out, where's the best spot? Where do you have a tight spot in your neck? They're always changing. One side might be tighter than the other. You get to experiment and find out, where does it feel good to you? And then feel if you can send your breath directly into that sensation, creating more space, more awareness. And inhale, ease your way upright, help your heavy head up, and then come on forward to all fours. Grab a blanket if you need to pad your knees or support your wrist in any way. Around your spine. Moving through a little cat-cow. And include any wrist stretches that would feel good. I like to put the palms face up, fingers pointing towards the knees. And open up the backs of the toes as I rock a little bit forward. Take circles. You can take circles in all directions. Maybe wag your tail. And continue to connect to that deep breath. Maybe you're practicing Ujjai, breathing in and out through your nose if that feels good. Or just if focusing on the breath brings you to present moment, that's part of the yoga practice, is experiencing present moment, being right here, right now, present with what is. Letting the thoughts come and go and just feeling your breath, feeling this moment. Bring your right foot forward between your hands and come into a lunge. Tuck the back toes under, straighten the back leg. Come up onto your fingertips, lower your hips down and reach strongly back through your left heel. So you're stretching out that left calf. Take a deep inhale, long spine, lengthening the back of the neck. So you're looking towards the earth. Send your chest forward, reach back through your tail, and then square off your hips. Right hip back, left hip a little more forward. Take the right arm up into your twisting lunge. Spread across chest and collarbones. Deep inhale, opening up the heart. And exhale, bring the hand down. And straighten the front leg any amount. We're going to hold here. You can do this as much as feels good. Be mindful of your hamstring. Do you need to bend that knee? Do you need to grab your blocks? I'm just taking a few breaths here. And come on down. Change sides. Step your left foot forward into a lunge. And come up onto your fingertips. Draw your arm bones back. Reach back through that back leg. Long spine, draw the lower belly in, send your chest and heart forward. Keep the back of the neck long so you're gazing at the floor slightly in front of you. And then take your left arm, reach it up, inhale. Spread the collarbones. Be light on your right hand. And exhale the hand down, straighten the front leg. And fold over the front leg, any amount. You can have that front knee as bent as you need it to be. Slow, steady breaths. Feeling the strength and power of your legs, feeling the stretch, the sensation of it, and feeling the fullness of your breath. Bring your knee down, step back, and come into downward facing dog. And in this downward dog, walk it out, roll out the shoulders, let it feel really good to you. Just an invitation to feel how you are right now. And slowly start to walk your feet up to the front of your mat and come into Uttanasana. You're standing forward fold. Hold opposite elbow, bending the knees. Relax your neck. You could shake your head out, yes and no, just letting your whole body hang forward. And then release the arms and slowly roll your way up to stand. Really feeling for stacking the vertebra one at a time. And I'm going to move back a little bit so you can get a better view of my mat. Let's come up and move through some sun salutations. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. You can soften the knees to protect your hamstrings. You can roll down instead of swan diving down. Take your right knee back and put it down on the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up, lift your chest, feel the press of your front foot and the back shin. Bring your hands down. Step back to your plank. Spine long, core connected. You could lower your knees straight down so you're in an inclined plane, or lower with the legs straight. Slowly come down. Feel your triceps work. Shoulders away from your ears the whole way down. Bring your hands in front of you for Cobra. Grip the floor, pulling your chest forward and up, creating some space in your lower back. Press tops of feet into the mat. Exhale, come on down. And all the way back to downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward between your hands. Put your left knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands down. Step up to the front of the mat. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach up. Feel your heels pressing down into the earth. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Step the left knee back and put it down on the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Hands down. Step back to plank. Exhale, lower. Cobra. Exhale, down and back to downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step up to the front of your mat. Stay here, folding forward. Reach back, interlace your fingers and just roll out your shoulders. You can shake your head yes and no. You might reconnect to that deeper Ujjai breathing. And then release your hands and have a seat and lay down on your back. We're going to move through some abdominal work. You're laying down on your back. If it's good on your lower back, to have your feet up. You keep your feet up. Otherwise, put your feet down and keep them down like this. How do you know what's good on your back? Can you actively press the lower back down, and do you feel any strain? If you do, bring the feet down. All right. Have your feet relaxed and below the level of the knees if they are in the air. Clasp your hands behind your head. Inhale, head and shoulder blades up off of the mat. Feel if you can come up a little higher using your core, not your neck. Press top rim of the sacrum, that's your lower back, into the mat and curl your tailbone upward. Exhale, twist up and over to your right knee, straighten your left leg. So you don't bring the knee into you, the knee stays back and you yearn for it. You're not actually connecting. Inhale, come back to center. Press top rim of sacrum down, curl your tailbone up. Exhale, twist up and over to the left thigh, straighten the right leg, pull the belly down. Huge inhale as you come back to center. Press, lower back into the mat, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist up and over to the right thigh, straighten the left leg, pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Press lower back into the mat, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the left, straighten the right leg, pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Press lower back into the mat, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the right, straighten the left leg, pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Press lower back into the mat, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist left, straighten right, pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Come up off the shoulder blades, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the right, straighten the left leg, pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center, press lower back into the mat, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the left, straighten the right leg, and pull the belly down. Come back to center and exhale, hug your knees into your chest and take a little rock side to side. Then take your left thigh and wrap it around your right, like you're doing eagle. Bring the feet close together. Have your knees right over your hips. If you experience the need for support, your right foot could be on a table, on a block, or on the wall, okay? Clasp your hands behind your head. Inhale, head and shoulder blades up. Send your elbows skyward, rest your head in your hands. Exhale, squeeze the legs together, scoop your tailbone up, and pull the belly down. Keep sending the elbows straight up towards the ceiling. You're not curling into a little ball. Stay more open. It's a little bit harder to do it that way. Inhale. So it's not about being harder. It's about connecting into your core. That's why it feels hard. Rest your head in your hands. Inhale here. Exhale. Curl the tailbone up. Send the elbows up. Pull the lower belly down. Keep resting your head into your hands. Inhale, breathe into your lower back. So you open up the curve and then exhale, curl the tail, curl the elbows straight up, pull the belly down. Can you connect into the deepest part of your core? Inhale, breathe into hips and pelvis. Exhale, squeeze the legs together, squeeze the sit bones, curl the knees up, the tailbone up, pull the belly down. Now lower your head down and wrap the legs the other way. Take your right leg on top of the left. Inhale, head and shoulder blades up. Feel the lower back pressing down. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, send the knees up, pull the belly down. Inhale, rest your head into the hands. Exhale, scoop the tailbone up, squeeze the inner thighs, squeeze your sit bones, send the knees up, pull the belly down. Maybe you can even move your feet closer together. Inhale, rest your head into the hands. Exhale, curl tailbone up, squeeze sit bones, squeeze inner thighs, send the knees up, pull the belly down. 3 more. Inhale, rest head into the hands, breathe into your lower back. Keep lower back pushing down towards the mat. Exhale, scoop the tailbone up, pull the belly down. Inhale, breathe into your lower back. Anchor that top rim of sacrum down, scoop the tailbone up, squeeze the legs, send the knees, pull the belly down. 1 more. Inhale, breathe into your lower back, squeeze sit bones, squeeze inner thighs. Exhale, scoop the tailbone up, send the knees up, pull the belly down. And release, unwind your legs, hug your knees into your chest. Take a breath. And we're going to rock forward and back. You're welcome to roll your way up to stand at the front of the mat, or roll to one side and use your hands to come up. Moving through some sun salutations and standing poses. Bend your knees, lower your hips down, come into chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back to plank. And slowly come down. Low cobra, inhale. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward and come into warrior two. Let's come into warrior two with eagle arms. So you'll take your right elbow, put it on top of the left, and come down deep in that warrior two bent knee. Lift the elbows up, relax your shoulders down. You can, I'm just going to show you from the side, you can bend or just bow your forehead into the elbows, but keep the elbows up. This softens the back of the neck and can feel good. So that's a position I'm going to do, but you don't have to. Feeling the strength and power of your legs, really turn them on. Lift your left kneecap up. Slow your breathing down. Release the arms. Inhale, reach out to the sides, and exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, come up. Exhale, place right forearm on the thigh, or if you have more room to move, fingers to a block or to the mat. Parshavankanasana, extended warrior. Extended side angle, excuse me. Lengthen that left side of your body. And feel if you can relax the left shoulder a little bit and take a little more space for your back. So rotate your shoulder blade away from the spine. The pinky side of the hand comes forward. Release your hands down to the mat. Step back to your plank any way you can get there. And exhale to the floor. Cobra or upward facing dog. If you love upward dog, go for it. Exhale back, downward dog. Step your left foot forward into warrior two. Eagle arms. Maybe you bow your forehead into the arms. So you're opening up the back of the heart and the base of your skull. The whole back of the neck area can really relax here if you bow forward. And then feel if you can bring your breath up, all the way up, uppermost reaches of the lungs, and just intend that ease to come into the base of your skull, the back of the neck, that whole area. Can you soften and relax? Release, open the arms out to the sides, inhale, and exhale into reverse warrior. And rise and move slowly into Parshavankanasana, taking your time, feeling where you want to be, the hand down on the floor or the forearm on the thigh, and extend and lengthen the whole right side of your body. Deepen your breath. Can you breathe all the way up to the chest and the collarbones? Sweep your hands down to the mat and make your way through Cobra or Upward Dog, or skip it. You can join in Downward Facing Dog, just hang out there. Back to Downward Facing Dog. Step your right foot forward. Let's come into Triconasana, Triangle Pose. So you can have the feet a little bit closer together. You can use a block if you like. Really press forward into the ball of your right foot and lengthen, lengthen, lengthen way out to the right. Bring your right sit bone back towards the left heel. Lift that left arch and spread chest and collarbones. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Put your left hand onto your left hip. Grab a block if you need it. Go to a wall if you need it. Lots of options for this. You're balancing on your right leg. It's nice to have a wall right behind you. You can back up against the wall if you have room for it. Or balancing in the middle of the room and everything in between. Use block. Turn on that top leg. If you want, left hand to the left foot. Open it up. And transitioning into your vertical split. Hands come to the mat or to blocks. Bring your left knee first into your chest. So you kind of curl into a little ball. That's going to help your hips transition into a neutral position. So the hips are now facing in the same direction instead of being open like they were a moment ago. So you could move into your vertical split. You could balance here. You could have both knees bent. Do what feels good. Get space. And breathe even bigger. Can you use this? The whole back body is wide open. Can you breathe into it? Slowly come on down. And you can make your way through vinyasa of your choice. That can be a Cobra, an Upward Dog. It could be skipping it, coming into Downward Dog for several breaths, or tabletop. Step your left foot forward into Triconasana. So reach way, way out to the left. Really push into the ball of the left foot. So you want to lift that left kneecap up. So I hyperextend in my knees, so I have to have a little bit of microbend. See that? This is my knee locked out, and this is it activated and working. So really finding that for you. So you're not overstretching the back of the knee if you have that ability to do so. Over time, that's not so great. You just want to, in general, you want to work the muscles. The muscles are built to support the joints in the body. So turn them on. Lift up that back arch. Lift your kneecap up. Take a deep inhale as you lengthen your spine even more, sending left sit bone back. Coming into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Beautiful full moon Saturday night. Reaching and kicking back through that top leg, opening up and spreading across the chest and the collarbones. Maybe right hand goes to the right foot. If you have a hold of the foot, you're kicking back and opening up the right side of your body in a half bow, Chipasana variation. And releasing the foot, let's turn this into vertical split. Bring your right knee into your chest first, curl into a ball, connecting to your core, using your core here, balancing always. Use your core in everything. So drawing your focus to your center and radiating out from there, opening up any way that feels good. Hands on blocks if you need them. And release, step down, come through vinyasa of your choice. Warrior one, step your right foot forward between your hands. So now in warrior one, you're spinning that back heel back and your feet are really your hips distance apart or even wider. And pat yourself on the back with your left hand and maybe you bind, maybe you take right hand to the left elbow. So you have lots of options and you want to bring your front ribs in and back. So feeling into the lift and length of your back body. The front body, we tend to overdo because it's very open here. So soften the front ribs, keep the lift in your chest and add in your back bottommost rib cage right above the kidneys. Can that whole area lift and lengthen? We're like softening back. Softening in a backwards motion, I mean. Release your arms. Let's come into a twisting warrior variation with the left hand on the mat. Keep the legs in warrior one, and your left hand is way over to the left. So I've got like 1.5 feet of space distance between my hand and my foot. My hips are still in that neutral position, left hip moving forward towards the front of the mat, not going out. You're not winging your right hip out like a warrior two. Bring it on in, rein it in. And you have your shin pointing forward and you get to twist to the right. Really press into the outer edge of the left foot. So your left arch is lifted. Lift that left kneecap up. Inner knee lifts up away from inner arch. And bring your hand down. Pick your back heel up. You can choose to take this position any way that you like. Your hands could be down. You could bring your forearms down. You could put your forearms on a block. You can also add the knee coming down. You choose what's going to feel the best for you. If you have the knee up, you're reaching back through the left heel and then lengthen your chest forward. So you see how I just did that? I went from feeling kind of rounded here, moving the chest forward, drawing the shoulder blades down. So I'm in a very active plank position, opening up the inner thigh. This feels good to me. You have to do you. Get a block underneath your forearms, put the knee down. You could have your hands on the floor. Knee up or down, all different options. All right, to come out of that, you got to find your way. I had to put my knee down and then place the hands on the outside of your right foot, with the right hand to the outside of the right foot so you can step back. And then come down. Let's come all the way onto the belly and clear that with a little bit of baby back bend here. Take your arms by your side, palms facing up, locust pose coming up. Lift the feet, the hands and the heart. And exhale, come down, stack your forearms And take a resting moment here, just stacking the forearms. You might remember your intention that you set for yourself if you did so. And return your breath to that Ujjai if it works for you. If you lost it, come back to breathing in and out through your nose, slightly constricting the back of the throat. Only if it feels good to you and keeps you connected to your body. All right, from here, let's come back to downward facing dog. Second side, step your left foot forward, spin your back heel down. We'll come into warrior one with archer arms. The right hand, pat yourself on the back, soften the front ribs. Maybe you bind, maybe you grab a strap or a towel. But it's not emphasizing the back bend here. Let's emphasize the back body opening. Spin the back heel back, lifting the back arch, and breathe and lift the back of your heart up. Bolstered upward from the kidneys. Use your breath to telescope your rib cage upward. And release. Bring your hand down, right hand to the right side of the mat. You can move your left foot a little bit to the left to give yourself even more space. There's this nice chest opening twist here. So this hip, it wants to wing out, draw it in. So my left hip and left sit bone are more in line with the knee. They're not winging out away from the midline. Hug the midline, deepen the bend in the front knee. So this leg is really active. The shin is moving that way, the hip is moving that way. You can do both. Feel for it. And then you gotta turn on your back leg. Ooh, lift that arch up. And then you get into a full twist in your body. So twists in yoga, there always has to be a counter, right? Otherwise it would just be a turn, like you would just be turning your body, but we're twisting it because our hips here are stable and the rib cage is twisting around that stable base. Bring the hands down and dial in lizard pose for yourself, knee up or down, forearms down on block. And then whatever shape you come into, lengthen your spine, send chest forward, draw shoulders down. Reach back through the back heel, similar to our runner's lunge that we started with way back when in our warm up, one of the first poses that we did. Bring your sit bones towards each other a little bit more. Feeling into your core, drawing on the strength and power of that exhale to connect to your abdominal area. All right, come on down out of that. Step back, and we'll come into dolphin pose. So dolphin is downward facing dog, but it's on the forearms. And you can choose how you want to do this. I'm going to show one arm, one leg position. So you might want to check it out first. It's called dorsal fin. So you come into your dolphin. My forearms are parallel. I'm going to come onto my right forearm. No tension in my right shoulder. I've lifted out of it. I'm not sinking down into it. That feels kind of crappy. You want to press forearm from elbow to hand, pressing forward and down. Now I'm on my right forearm. My left hand is going to grab a hold of my right foot. So I spin my left heel down like a warrior pose. If you can't get the heel down, then it adds a balance challenge that's really challenging. So you would have this foot probably pointing straight back so you could turn on your core. Let's try that. I think it's really challenging for me because I'm so bendy. I have to, I got to put the heel down. You do you. All right, let's go to the second side. If you're still with me, if you're not doing this one-armed bananas nonsense, just lift a leg up, right? This is for balance, for focus, for concentration. It also, for me, feels really strengthening and powerful through the shoulder and the shoulder blade. I'm getting a lot of space and strengthening muscles around the shoulder girdle. Press left forearm forward and down, wrapping the shoulder, and maybe, just maybe, you take a leg up, or maybe you can grab the foot with your hand. And release, and come all the way down onto your belly. Reach back, interlace your hands, your fingertips. Lift the feet, the hands, the heart, come into Shalavasana, boat, locust. It's called a couple different names in English. And lengthen the back of the neck. So I'm like lifting my head up. That's not so great. That kinks the neck. You want to have the neck nice and arched. And then come down, stack the forearms, rest your forehead, take a breath here. Feel the strength and power running through your core, through your midline. All right, let's do some shoulder shrugs in this position in Shalavasana. Take your hands out. The elbows are bent about 90 degrees and the palms are facing the earth. Lift the feet, the hands, and the heart. If you feel like it would be better for you to put your feet back down, put your feet back down. Inhale into upper back. Exhale, squeeze shoulders, shoulder blades, elbow tips together and draw down. Inhale, spread your upper back. Exhale, squeeze shoulders, shoulder blades, elbow tips together and down. One more inhale, breathe into upper back. Exhale, squeeze shoulders, shoulder blades, elbow tips together and draw down. Come down, stack forearms, rest your forehead. Deepen your breath. Come onto your left forearm. So you're coming up, the left forearm is right underneath your chest, supporting the shoulders and rising up. Hold on to your right foot. Keep the right thigh on the mat and engage that right leg. Kick back, keep the right thigh on the mat, turn on right glute, right sit bone moves towards right knee, and you're using left forearm to pull your chest forward. And deepen your breath. Release, go to the second side. Hold on to your left foot, kick back, pull chest forward. And release. Lay flat, rest your forehead on your forearms, take a breath. Roll over onto your back. We'll come into bridge pose. Keep the spine long, lengthening the back of the neck. And then lift your hips up. Your feet are parallel and the heels are underneath the knees. Never any pain in the knees. You can move your feet back. You could move them forward. You could also squeeze a block between your knees if you ever experience pain.
The knees should feel really good here and supported by your heels. Push down into your whole foot and lift the bottom of the butt, that butt crease up. So it's a slight tilt of your pelvis. Walk your shoulders gently underneath. So you're not walking them so far that the back of the neck tightens, just enough to open up the collarbones. And you can push down, you can interlace your fingers and push down through the whole hand and the arm. And then breathe into your back body, feeling like your back bottommost ribs could lift up your chest and your collarbones. And release, come all the way down. And once you come down, cross your right ankle over the left knee, reach around, grab a hold of your shin and hug yourself in. You can flex both feet. Change sides. And release. Roll to your side, come on up, and make your way to Malasana. It's a squat. So in this version of Malasana, you can have your feet wider than your hips, like right underneath your outer hip there, outside of your sit bone. If you need a rolled up blanket or roll up your mat underneath your heels to come down, and bring your arms forward of your triceps and connect and press back, bringing your prayer hands right in line with your elbows. So you have one long, strong line, and then draw shoulders down, lift your chest. Squeeze sit bones towards each other. Feel the lift of pelvic floor. Take a breath here. If you love Crow Bakasana and you would like to do that now, that would be great. Otherwise, we're going to take the right arm and reach it forward, staying in this very strong, deep squat, opening up your chest. And if you have more room to move, you bind. If you don't have room to move, or maybe you take a strap, you could do that. So you're here or you're binding. If you are bound, there's a weird little balancing pose that I'm going to show you. I don't know what this is called. And you do have to have pretty open hips and hamstrings. So that's why we did a lot of the things that we did today. You're going to shimmy up and over to your left leg. Notice I still have the bind. I'm about to lose it, but I've still got that bind. And then I'm rising up with my right. Whoa, don't talk and do at the same time. You come up. So you have to figure out how to balance the weight onto your left leg and rise up holding this bind. So I've got my knee bound by my arms. And of course, everything's always optional. If you're looking at me going, I want to balance on one leg, just stand up and balance in tree pose. That's cool. And you can also work your way down the way that you came. And let's go to the second side. So left arm forward, right arm up, stay here. This is great. You're feeling your sit bones moving towards each other, and there should feel like a little lightness as well as depth of our hips. It's really important to open up the hips this way. Okay, you can bind. You might do this weird little posture. Okay, there's hopping involved. Trial and error is great. You can come up, you can try again. You might use a strap or something too, would work. Just fun and games. It's all about the shapes right? The shapes the body can make. And honoring the strength and power and just where we are right here, right now. Honor the body that you have because it's magical. And you come down. And let's come down and have a seat. Take your legs out in front of you. Draw the sit bones back behind you. And take a moment here with your legs outright. This is Dandasana, staff pose. So your hands are by your side. You're gonna use your hands, press into the earth, elongate your spine. So you're looking straight ahead and your thigh bones are descending down towards the mat. And it's almost like your feet are pressing into an imaginary wall, or it is like that. Dandasana, staff pose. Your body strong and long. And keep that. So Dandasana is like the blueprint of all of our seated postures. So bring your right foot in, feel the left leg still descending and pushing into imaginary wall. Right hand behind you, inhale the left arm up and exhale, hug around the front of the shin or bring the arm to the outside of the thigh. You might bind here. If that is interesting to you, feels good, do it. Relax your shoulders down, lengthen spine, and feel your twist. Release, unwind. Let's go to the second side. Bring the left foot in. Left hand behind you, inhale, right arm up. Exhale, twist. And release. Stretch your legs out again. Give them a little shake. Janu Shirshasana. Actually, either Janu Shirshasana, which is this, and a forward fold, or if your half lotus can happen on either side, do a half lotus bind, and it looks like this. So now I've got my left leg out. I'll show you from both angles. My right foot is in half lotus. Take the right arm around, grab a hold of that foot, or take a strap around the foot and grab a hold of it. And then you're going to inhale the arm up and fold forward. So you can have that option for fun, or Janu Shirshasana, where you have the foot like tree pose on the inner thigh. So play, be good to yourself. So, they're just options. Nothing's better than anything else. It's not black and white, it's a continuum. Lengthen your chest towards your shin. And let's go to the second side. Unwind out of that. Stretch your right leg out, bring your left foot in. Maybe the left foot comes into the inner thigh, maybe it comes into your half lotus. Be mindful of your knee. That lotus rotation comes from your hip, never the knee. Left arm goes around. Grab a hold of the foot or the strap if you're doing the bind. All right, release out of that. Stretch your legs out, give them a little shake, a little love. And then lay down on your back. Start just by grabbing onto your feet and taking a little happy baby here. And just feeling, we did a lot of hamstring and some inner groin work. So maybe your happy baby feels different because of that. You can stretch out. And then coming into a twist of your choice. So you could take both knees across. You might want to wrap the legs and take a twist, or take one knee across. Taking your twist to the other side when you're ready. And make your way into Shavasana.